How are you doing?
Okay, actually, not too bad. Yeah, I did send Becky to get you some paracetamol, so that should help as well. But yeah, it helps that I'm not playing, certainly.
Okay,
Cheers. Hello, everybody. This is Dave Bamford here, Mr. Dav. I'm here to commentate this round. So, hello. Hope you can hear me loud and clear. We've got Costas, and I can't pronounce his surname. He is Greek and he lives in Scotland, and we have Xabi Martinez from Spain. So hopefully this will be a lovely matchup. That looks like Lanny Crossing, I think, one of those New Jersey house cards, versus Lanny Wolf. So this should be lovely. For those who don't know me, I'm the host of Banter Behind the Throne. You should listen to it so you can hear my voice all the time, whenever you like. For those who do know me, I apologise that I'm here. So obviously I'm not saying much at the moment because they're just shuffling. It seems pretty solid. Fantastic. Thank you, SoCal Sandsnake. Which wonderful SoCal person are you? That was a solid cut there. Bodes well. Nice firm handshake. Another good cut. Commentating on your own is pretty strange. Just kind of like hoping people can hear you and chatting bollocks to yourself. Hello, John B. That isn't Bruno. Buzz is 1-1, I believe, at the moment. Now, his state of mind is something else entirely. He had a very good innings on the beer yesterday. That's a pretty solid setup on the Lannister side on the right there. This is for Xabi. Not bad at all, although those ambush cards on setup is always interesting. They're just going to return to his hand with the first snow at some point anyway. And similarly, 2 burn men on the other side. Why not? You know, play them out on setup, get your money's worth, get some extra cards. Lovely. Is Tagore going to be putting up standings anywhere? I will ask him to at the end of this round while there is a break for lunch. It will be about 20 minutes, so there will be a short break after this game. So we've got Summons playing Wardens of the West. I agree, John. I think that is a pretty solid setup on both counts, but definitely the crossing deck has the advantage at the moment. I assume Costas is off to find Tywin, and that looks like a Tywin. Yeah, always the Tywin. Fast Eddie in the mountain, they're alright, but that lovely big body with that 2 gold, tasty. Hello. They've asked, can you put the standings up at the end of the round?
Sure.
Tagore will put the standings up at the end of the round, but he's not happy about it, so keep up the obnoxious requests, please.
Crisps.
Oh, please. Tagore's come bearing crisps. It's going very well over here in the streaming booth. It's quite a lonely profession.
Andreas will send the email to you.
An email to me? With a deck list?
Yeah. So we're missing one list.
Okay. Yep. Very solid crisps to go with a very solid first turn. And that's Shadow Black Lane. Obviously, as those in SoCal will be well aware of what this deck does. It's all the jumper events, which I think are terrible, but apparently really good. So obviously he'll be wanting to fish them out with Shadow Black Lane as soon as possible. Get his big boys coming in and out of play. Unfortunately, Costas could not pay for his Tywin, which is a little sad. He's going to have to wait for next turn. So we will wonder if Xabi kind of steamrolls him the economy advantage over several turns. Which remains to be seen. But Eye is always nice. Someone who's resistant to first snow, which is a card I would expect will be coming quite soon. With all those lovely 3 costers on the table. Crisps, they were sweet chili flavoured crisps, and yes, potato chips in essence, but more British. Very tasty, quite hot as well, which I'm a big fan of. I love having a hot mouth. I wonder what that dupe is. Well, there's a lot of ambush in that hand. People actually playing the gold cloaks. It's always interesting. Xabi has no gold at the moment, so it will just be Tyrion's gold, which, as far as I can tell, he hasn't triggered. Or is that a milk on Tyrion, which I completely missed? Yes, it is a milk, so we don't have to worry about wardens at all. What's he going to get with that Shadow Black? Yeah, it's very interesting that obviously number one target for milk in a lot of cases is Tywin, but with all the jumpers and the plot out, that is a fantastic play, as you've stated. Turn 1 wardens can really do a number on your hand, and when you've got Tywin in there already, you really want to protect that. So he's taken a treachery, which should be exciting. I'm not 100% sure what that will get at the moment, but there's no harm in having one. And that was Tywin, obviously. You're right, the plot isn't random discard, but it does mean that it's more likely that that he will pick Tywin on the intrigue challenge afterwards if 2 cards are already gone. Even losing, even if you're losing 2 bad cards, it's still still brutal at that point in the game. Only 2 burnt men on the table now, that's a bit sad. Those are very nice power tokens. What we got here? Oh, the little wildling chud. It's not quite as exciting as the Tywin. So, it's turn 1, and the advantage is definitely with Zabby at the moment. You know, if I was a betting man, which I am, I just wasted 15 quid on the Wales France game. I would be putting my money on Zabby at this point. If anyone from New Jersey would like to send me copies of the Lord of the Crossing alt art, I would appreciate that very much, and I can respond in kind with heads on spikes with my face on it. If there's one thing I like, it's swag. Obviously, I don't know. Do you guys like the artwork we've put together for this this tournament? Glenn Holman has done the Battle of Blackwater Bay art there, and he also put together the Heads on Spikes art for Banter Behind the Throne, and he's done the Banter Behind the Throne podcast artwork. One of Reese's friends, no, not as far as I'm aware. One of Reese's friends, Camilla, has done the house card art. There will be the copies I think available to buy at Gen Con, or when which Whammo will have. And we've also got copies of Banner of the Rose with the playmat art on as well, which is nice. Plus some swag donated by the community. We've got some French alt arts from the official kits and things, which is cool. But noble cause, as you would expect. So we expect to see Tywin here, I guess, but he will inevitably end up marched if you're not too careful. I mean, there is just enough gold to play Tywin and replay the Burnmen, so we might be okay. Yes. Oh my god. What are they for? Can we give them out as prize support? No. Tagores just points out to me that there's just a load of first edition cards just wallowing in the corner. Hopefully we can give them out as prize support. We'll see. It's got to be about 30 packets just looking solemn on the ground. Last 2 cycles, so there's some solid cards in there, you know. I wouldn't mind walking away with another copy of Ancestral Home. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Arya will be left after any first snow shenanigans. So, you know, he's got enough money to play out the Burned Men to die to military claim. Arya can go to Marched, but that's all he has enough for. So Cersei was the dupe, and he's elected to not bother with the old marshalling, it seems, which is an interesting decision. Because First Snow certainly, you know, it was implied by the board state, but I think he has the Hound in his hand, and the Burnt Men, so he might be able to maintain some sort of a board anyway. I guess if Zabby isn't too careful, if he kneels out Tywin, he could end up losing Tyrion to military claim. Well, I guess he's got tons of gold as well, so out come the Burmen again. And inevitably there's some sort of jumper event which I can't take into account, so I don't know what's in his hand. Another treachery! Fantastic. No King's Roads for anybody. Was that Old Nan for Intrigue Claim, I think? I would expect people to play the jumper events in a crossing deck, but not necessarily any other time. The fact that he's running Shadowbat Lane obviously implies a fair amount of in-house events. You'd expect it not just to be treachery, or maybe things I do for love. I think with that setup, you do expect some element of the jumper events, and that's just so much ambush in its hand. Ambush and cards that say no to Costas. This is sad. Costas has no blokes. Wisely keeping the Hound in play. But yeah, the crossing deck kind of just ended. People just stopped playing it. I don't think it got any worse particularly. It probably got better with the release of First Snow of Winter. But luckily people have moved on because it's incredibly frustrating to play against. And Lucas Sidlaski is a bad man. It's simple as that. Playing bad cards to great effect. Is that a trial by combat in his hand? I think. I hope I'm not speaking too loudly so they can hear me. Lovely power challenge. That's the wise decision, I think. Is he going? He's going to get marched. He's going to get marched. Unless you play that burned men. So don't lose the burned men. Oh, I think he's going to let him do it anyway. That's very nice of him. Didn't need to do that. Gonna reprimand Costas for even asking for the take back. There's the military challenge. Murder a burned men. Job's a good one. Standard. So for a First Snow of Winter turn, that's a remarkable number of characters under 3 cost on the table. More than know what to start with, almost. Interesting. Costas going for the marched. Will it be a double march? No. I think that's certainly a worthwhile trade. Losing your burned men to what I would assume would be the opponent's Hound, possibly their Tyrion, if he reckons he might draw another one. Go on, march the Tyrion, make it interesting. Nah, there goes the Hound. Yes, that makes sense. So well played on Costas' part. Still not enough gold to get out Tywin, unless he sees a King's Road and goes first. There's a Seal of a Hand, which is pretty damn useless at the moment. Fast Eddie he can't play. Oh, of course Tywin's gone, so... Thank you, Costas! Now that is a hand. So, we're going to get a Tyrion, Tickler here. He's going to threaten that put to the sword like a bad man. What an inconvenient hand to be marshalling with. Well, hopefully, going first, Costas can put a bit of pressure on. Lead with the Hound, force him to defend with Tywin, else risk losing him. And If he can't get a put off, then at least he can hopefully win some challenges with the hound and get double use out of him. We're lucky. But again, he's got to be careful because there's a reasonable chance that he ends up with an empty board by the end of the next plot phase. Good. I'm glad you like the play mats. So, a duped hound. I'm a big fan. That's so you've seen all 3 copies of the hound by this point. Oh, he's let it unopposed. Now it is a shame that put to the sword isn't a is limit 1 per challenge. That'd have been lovely if he got 2 off. That was a really nice play by Costas. It's quite unexpected. I would have probably had to chump block with the hound if it was me. With that 4 gold and a stack of cards in hand, there's a reasonable chance of it being in there, and in this case, obviously, there are several. But unfortunately, Costas is going to end up with a few cards on the board by the end of this phase. Okay, that's 2 copies of the hound done, guys. I only got 1 to worry about now. Seems easy, right? Sorry, I'm very tired. I got in at 3 AM. Sorry, I left the pub at 3 AM. So I got a bit of a sore head, as you might imagine. Keb's been to the shop to get me some paracetamol, which has helped a bit.
Check on their website. I'm not seeing any of those guys in.
The Assassin Aurum board game from GW is they still selling it?
That was last year. No.
I didn't think so.
It was a box like.
No. It was like they launched that for a limited time.
You were not even working here.
Hello, Reese. How are you doing? Reese is 3-0, the reigning overall Starlet champion. How hungover are you, Reese?
Well, I slept on a pallet outside Darksville.
Yeah, we booked an Uber yesterday to get home, and Reese ran away with a sign instead of getting in the taxi. Tried to walk to the hotel, didn't make it to the hotel, found himself at the game shop, and slept on a pallet because he's a madman. But we've finally seen one of those gold cloaks come out of the hand. It was, yeah. Costa's attack with the hound got an unopposed military challenge, murdered Tywin, and it was lovely.
Yeah, Costas isn't looking great, is he?
No, but I can't believe you got that put to the sword on.
What?
I can't believe you got that put to the sword on.
On
Tywin.
nice. That helped a lot.
Yeah, basically.
Oh. I'm like his purveyor of food.
Yeah, Tagor's just like, you know, I had the crisp, which was lovely, and now I've got a cookie. For those Americans out there, this is an actual cookie, like a chocolate chip cookie, rather than a normal biscuit.
And it's a fancy one as well. It's from M&S.
It's a fancy one from M&S. Yeah, it's good. I like it.
For 40 PEs, this is not bad.
Bloody hell. So, I think between them they've got 5 copies of Treachery. Seriously guys, this cookie is awesome. Oh, there's one. Little do you know that there's a second. I think they've seen 5 copies of Treachery, 4 copies of Put to the Sword, and 4 copies of the Hound between them. £11 power. This is going to look quite sad for Costas. He should probably play Valor. I mean, stop the snowball effect. Might be able to claw it back from there. Now you wonder, is first snow the right move here? Just to slow them down? Or is that calling, I think? Actually try and drop some bodies. I don't know. Can anyone tell how many people are watching the stream and let me know? Oh no, 29. That's quite good. I think we've got 85 people playing today. 87 people playing today. I don't know if you heard, but the entire tournament took an intentional draw in the first round. It was quite interesting to watch.
Oh, sorry.
31 people watching now. Wonderful. Hello, Rabs.
It's the allure of my nipples on my toes again. Are you going to go on the stream again in a few minutes?
Maybe, yeah. If you want to see Reese's toes and fingers and all that on the stream, whatever bits he wants, nipples. Do you count nipples as well? Wonderful. Then let us know and I'll make Tagore do it. So with Jamie now as well, he's probably going to be able to close pretty quickly. Short of some exciting mountain action, this could be very sad. If only he had 2 gold, quick the sword. Oh! Playing the game, what are we going to get? Oh, I think it's the mountain. I think you put the mountain into play here.
Do you have anything like this end?
To go to laptop? That is indeed a Clegane ball. 3 Cleganes, 2 players. Wonderful.
Did Reece claim the 60 French win?
Huh?
Did Reece claim anything?
No?
Okay, good. One wins it.
Oh, cool. We've got some cool. That's it. Conceded. Yeah, I think it's pretty much for Golden Collusion that. I really like the close call in that deck. I haven't played it to much success, but not a massive fan of it. But in that deck, when you're running so many uniques and so many copies, definitely worth it. Yeah, and there's the 2 put to the swords. Poor Costas. Still, he did what he could. Yeah, jumper events, put to the sword, the whole shebang. Fair play to Xabi. So Xabi's now on 3-0, going into round 4 of 7. I'd say 3-0. 3-0 with a draw, going into round 5 of 8. So yeah, there's our slip from Tome, lovely. And I think I'll be leaving you there, ladies and gents. I will be returning in a couple of hours. I think Tagore will do the next shift, and I'll be back for round 5. So thanks for listening. I hope that wasn't too boring.